man and woman. I feel the full weight of the hand. They made the oppressed low. They never care about the poor. Peter, these people had a day. Well, now it's time for Stalin to play. Peter, wait, I say Peter, wait. Peter, look, Ian Smith by the gate. Money, money. Peter, I don't want you to make fuss. Remember, I want Christopher Columbus. Money, money. Peter, look, the Englishwoman who was South Africa refused to put sanctions. Peter, I just don't care what you do, but Reagan going in the fire too. Money, money. Why? This is my time for money. Peter, keep me fireplace.
Oh my goodness. Microphone.
Yeah, I hear it on here now, carries back the volume. I hear nothing here.
Like we had to use another mic, boy.
Hmm?
I said like we had to use another mic. Oh my goodness. Microphone.
Check up them mics when we taking.
Alright.
They say here in call. They say here in now.
Alright, well, alright, there we go. Yeah, folks, so alright, so everybody's saying they here, alright, good. Cheese on bread star. I'm not taking that fight today, you know. What are you trying to tell me? Why don't talk about this, or?
I really know me. I is a conspiracy theorist. They can call me what I want.
All right, nice. So we talking about self-hatred and thing. We go start off hot and sweaty with well, I mean, it's our people.
Well, they hearing me, right?
Yeah, they said they hearing me.
Verify that they're still hearing me.
Yeah, they said they hearing me there.
You know.
Yeah. So ultimately, the whole purpose of the self-hatred is, you know, I personally, when I look at certain things, you know, the way we look at ourselves, the way we walk, the way we talk, the way we interact, you know, the pants off we bamsi, jockey short showing. It's like we really value our appearance now. Right now, everybody, my wife is in the studio with me this evening. Big up my wife, Candace. You know, she could probably lean in and take a little thing there. Right.
Akente, the CEO, is here with us today too.
Yeah, Akente here too.
Yeah. Right. This one today, I don't want to use the term heavy because I don't think it has no burden that we can bear as a people.
Right.
I mean, after 400 plus years of physical slavery, and the four we in the studio here today, that's a real big testament. And
Flick fast, but we ain't eating rappers today. We on a strict fast. When I hear whack rapper, yo, I trick fast. I trying to resolve the issue. Just can't let that pass. Yo, I rose. Yo, what threw you off if you not paying attention? Yo, you get no mention, only getting suspension. Out of the studio and off for all tracks. This is the attack.
Is what you would choose. Exhibit A, the white Jesus on your wall. Exhibit B, the word race, winner takes all. Exhibit C, the condition of African people. Thieving black people resources and treating them evil. Exhibit D, training black man to be evil. We women straighten their hair to look like one of you.
Yo. Yeah. What happened is like the split camera. I don't have no audio. Cam tree.
I know for all tracks, this is the attack of the wax. Step back.
We live in a culture that
Make it up about the
results
mouth on
in
this again.
rap stars and all that. Or never was in rap really, but so we've kind of forgotten what chivalry really is.
Check. Alright. Alright, well, let me see. Let me go back and see if every time everybody get me there now.
You know, the mic not muted.
Nah, I know, put them back up there. Ah, alright, so we back. We back. Alright, guys, so humblest apologies for the technical difficulties. But we here. Thanks again. So that real throw me off, and I swear to God. That real throw me off the king.
Yeah.
Alright. Energy. So yeah, self-hatred. Let me start because you know it's something that we had to start somewhere, right? So here was my thing, ladies. Them eyelash and them done.
Don't do that.
Where's that, boy? Where's that?
You know, there's here what we asking, all the hairs are attack.
Yeah, what is that? You know, where did we say as the men that we like them thing, boy?
Nah, but one of the things a few women tell me, plain. What make you feel we doing this for you?
Right, so it's for them. All right, cool.
For me, that one is a tricky one.
Yeah.
I reach the stage now where I tell them, yo, I'm not attacking you.
Mm-hmm.
I ask you a question.
Mm-hmm.
You know, how it is you as a woman can have preference, but as I state my preference, I attacking you.
Right.
You know, it's just that now. And how is it that our love of something do translate into making plenty money for us as a people?
Yeah.
So you love false here. All right. Okay. But how that is not an industry owned and controlled by us?
Right.
It's a question I ask. Somebody say Mike going again?
I know that. Saying it there, we still getting audio. Unless it's on the YouTube.
My Mendoza say Mike going again.
Test. I know what to say now, boy. I know what to say. I know that. Saying it there, we still getting audio. What that why saying? Still getting audio, unless it's on the YouTube.
My Mendoza say Mike going again.
Test. Nah, well then is all right. Good. Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
So
I want to say first, based on where you started at,
yeah.
to the ladies that listening live and to the people the women that might tune in after.
Mm-hmm.
There's no attack on all it. Yes.
Yeah.
There's no attack on all it. There's just a question that I hear elder ask years ago.
Yeah.
And I think it make real sense. First things first, that liking false here narrative, that is not from love ourselves. Because that is not the hair we was born with. That is not the hair we were created with.
But that is why I asked the question. Because for me, like
so that's why we had to make that what
clear. Yeah. Because ultimately for me is a lot of societal things or pressures or peer pressure, whatever you want to call it, that kind of causing us, not just the ladies, the fellas too, to do to do certain things, and then we want to know why it is in the offices and thing we can't how we hear how we want it, but for me I think it's just that we ain't pushing back hard enough now. The first thing I do when I start working for myself is I start to grow my hair, because that's how I want my hair, right? And I don't find that I should be scrutinized as an employee for that, right? And I love myself, you know what I mean? I don't have no issues with my ass. Even my natural hair curly, it kinky now, So
but that is we here.
That is we here. So when it grow, it's like, we could shape it. To me, let me be honest, I think we as a people is the most versatile people on this planet.
You know the thing,
right?
The evidence to show that.
Right, because ultimately, like I tell my daughter all the time, is when you look at the amount of things we could do with our hair alone.
In its natural state. You go back to all the tribes in Africa, when you look at the different styles and the hairstyles, it's who is Rasta, who is short, who bald head, who are what is called that thing? Bantu nuts, who have what is called pepper seed, all them thing. It's just versatility. And the thing about that, right? Mm-hmm. Just to show the connection to Africa without being connected to Africa. Mm-hmm. Now we still remember how to do all them things long before we had this access here, like how we have YouTube and them kind of thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
We doing them thing, not realizing that is we connection to the motherland.
Yeah.
We know about pepper seed and bantu nuts, and now we can go and find people that
where it come from.
Exactly.
Yeah, where it come from. And now we're starting to see, because as I tell you, I'm begging all you to go and see the Woman King. Right? Because in terms of representation and seeing ourselves in historical state, you'll see plenty thing what we know as children growing up and whatever, but that we neglect as adults. Right? And I want to say something too. When you look at Hollywood now, all the white people and them trying to look like we.
But I don't know.
Right? No, what I'm saying is not now, but it's even more prominent now, because remember now we are TikTok, Instagram,
we seeing
everything. So you're seeing them tanning because they want to try and look like we. They want to be darker. They want the rich melanated skin, right? They go in and put in bamsi. They put in tututs. Lip. They pushing up the cheekbone because it's who they're trying to look like.
And the strange thing about it, but not strange because it all tied back into how long we dealing with people telling we. And you see, it's something we do attack.
Yeah.
And in talking with Sule, we got to bring back Sule again.
After I done talk to him already.
Right. If something that you do for a year could impact the rest of your living life, what's something that you went through for 400 years could do? So for 400 years, you hear that you're not. You hear first things first, you're ugly.
Yeah. Out the gate.
You're ugly. Then you hear your nose too big. Your lips too big. That kind of hair, get it off your head. That is ugly. Then they tell the woman, if you want to be beautiful, you have to have hair like us. Translate that into this century where we have so much access
Yeah.
is weaves and wigs. And again, I want to say, if you think a weave or a wig is beautiful
Right.
and it's something which is used regularly, you hear the figures attached to that industry
That we don't own.
that we don't own, we buy and sell over. That is absolutely,
Absurd.
that is something we definitely have to get involved in.
Yeah. We had to fix it.
Because whether we like it or not, that industry not going nowhere,
Nah.
right? And all of that is tied into the self-hatred. They will say no.
Yeah.
But the fact that you can see yourself rocking your natural hair, your hair that growing out of your body naturally, but you could go and buy a piece of plastic to put in your head. Yeah.
And if you I remember watching a what you call that boy? A docu-movie with Chris Rock called Good Hair. Right? Where we say, you know, my hair is good hair, this one had good hair, that one had that head, and all them kind of shepherdness. Right? Because we don't know how to teach our children.
We still buy into the narrative.
Yeah, we still buy into the narrative about you know, who hair better and soft hair is good hair and your natural African hair is hard hair or dada head or late for school.
Late for school, boy.
Late for school.
Where's the next one, boy, with the comb,
Buckshots?
boy? Nah. Well, yeah, that will go behind it. And first we chemical down now, in a good way and a bad way, because now we also see the rise in natural hair care products.
Most of which we also do not own.
Right.
Though guy type quite have a list
At least going around white-owned companies that selling that. But
that black branded.
I want to take it from our perspective. Even right here in Trinidad and Tobago, we have a few locally made, homemade, naturally made hair care products,
Right.
specifically catering to black hair.
To us.
Right? And while we're talking about self-hatred, we also have to acknowledge that we have people working on it. The same way we would talk about it, their way to combat it is to bring our product.
Yes.
You know, then we see the rise of ass, locks. You know, so much so in your business, you have a, where's the use?
A loctician.
A loctician.
Yes, I have a loctician.
You know,
She does do dreads all year.
and you see the rise of natural hair now.
Yeah.
But it's so long that we have been battling. I mean, I work in the corporate world, you work in the corporate world.
Yeah.
I remember going to work with my afro and watching my manager and had a big afro.
A proper afro.
Yeah.
In 1970, they shave your head for sure.
All of that. But I remember watching my manager watching my afro. And when I understand why she watching it, it's not out of admiration. I say, why she didn't tell me something about this? Let me claim discrimination, boy.
Please.
Please, boy.
I beg you.
You know, then they will hit the lines like, but if you had to keep the ass, make sure it's neat. Whose standard we judge neat by?
Again, societal.
But not even societal, because if
Colonial.
if we, exactly.
Yeah.
Because if we come up with a societal standard for hair, our natural hair, it will be totally different to what the colonial people live.
Yes.
And we buy into that, and they were not here to make our lives better.
No. There's a particular video I'm looking for, boy.
They programmed that self-hatred into us. They programmed the way we look at ourselves. Right? The darker you is, the bigger criminal is. The darker you is, the bigger chance of you being a criminal that you have. I remember reading, I never forget, I said, this is 2001. I had a friend go in UE. And in the, I think that was the UE levels classes now.
Right.
And she was doing, some do we call a social science thing? Everybody
Psychology?
Everybody was doing it at that time. Boy. I go remember the name just now, but it had a book. And in the book, now this is a UE course book, had a description of a criminal, a physical description of a criminal. And what that description look like?
A black man?
This was a book that was involved in a UE course. Right? I worked in a company where somebody made the statement, everybody who have plaits and ras is criminal. That's why I grew my dread.
Boy. Well, the greatest is this. And that is why I tell people, you have to be careful when you're talking in certain spaces, because I remember it had a training session I was in Digicel. And I think Gerald and them mentioned it on Jamets and things Sunday too, where they should just bomb up the certain areas now, beat Peter, man, sea lots and these places and wherever, right? And I sit down in my training session, thing going on. We on break now. So one of the girls reading the papers and thing, I think it had some shooting or whatever. Or they blocked the road and burning tires and thing, and she jump up and she bawl. I don't know why they don't drop a bomb there and kill everybody, nah? She say, it had nothing good to come from there. So I sit down on the back. So I asked you what you mean by that. She say, Lavantel, nothing good to come from there. I say, really? Yeah, she, why? You from Lavantel, you can never be from there. I say, really? And I take up my driver's permit and I skate it across the table. And when she see it, the room was like, yeah, boy. Because I don't look like that.
How long ago that was?
That long time, 2000 and... God, when I leave there, boy.
That's not long. That's what I was saying to you. And I asked you how long ago that was, because that aspect of we self-hatred is still very much alive.
Very much so.
The sad thing about it is that in today's world, is we propagating it.
Yeah. And the person who said it wasn't East Indian or wasn't white, eh?
No, it's most of the time it is.
And I say, and after the conversation now, she says she's sorry and then I say, no, it's not about being sorry. I say it's just about how you perceive your own people coming from a specific area. And then I went in to explain to she how I had to change my address to get work and all them kind of thing. I say, and them is things that they will never experience. I say, because you come from an area that is not necessarily stigmatized
negatively.
Correct. Like us now. Right? I say, but if I don't ever broadcast where I come from, nobody will ever know. Because I dress in the master's shirt and tie, right? In the everything Crips, colonial, full colonial. You understand? And because I'm a complexion again, I red skin, according to certain people. So I a black. So they ain't gonna watch me cookie eye and that kind of thing. I'll get away with certain things.
Yeah.
Right? But that don't mean that what you say was okay now. You understand? And things like that continue to happen. It continues to happen, not just in the corporate world. You know, you see it on the road plenty. I travel. You travel. When we went Miami, as always, you give people this example. We stayed in a hotel, cheering on them. So I come down in an elevator. And the four we line up across the back of the elevator. I and my wife in the middle, two children on the side. When the elevator opened, one floor down, you had a white man and his daughter. Right? When the door opened, he stepped back from the elevator. Right? It has space. It's not no baby elevator. The elevator got about 20 people in it. He stepped back from the elevator. So I stepped forward and I press the thing and I close it.
Royalty with
and I good with that. I good with that, Derek. And it did not affect me negatively because of how I feel about myself. You know? But in another sphere, that person thinking or having that self-hatred for themselves or whatever will feel bad. How come he didn't come in the elevator?
What we could do different.
Yeah. You know? To try to accommodate them to come in the elevator with we. And go ahead.
Right. People that don't understand to all of that is part of the programming that we face as a people. Because it's still there, you know. It is still there, lingering today.
Correct.
We children still going to, we children in school right now, learning about Christopher Columbus.
Right now
in 2022, we children still learning that it had slavery.
Yeah.
But that's about it. they don't go in and show them the atrocities that happened during slavery. They don't talk about the programming that we received during slavery. I tell them, I say, one of the biggest programming of self-hatred that we received during slavery is religion. And there's the part where most people can't accept at all.
Yeah.
Because what we received was, I tell them, so you have a trend, a wave in the world, you know. As African and thing. All nice and well, you know. Some scientists say life started in Africa. Human life started in Africa. Okay, all nice and well. So let's ask this to African people who repeat that. If we started life in Africa, if civilization started in Africa, it don't make sense to reason that spirituality started in Africa as well. And if the African black man was the first man on the planet,
Right.
you think he'd have a white god?
A white what?
A white god. So the idea of the religions that we just follow,
Yeah.
it didn't come from us. It was Jesus was beaten into us. The religions that we follow, Islam, those things were forced on us.
Yes.
Those are not natural choices today. You didn't watch Christianity 1,000 years ago and say, I like what this is teaching. I am going to convert to this. You had no choice in the matter.
At all.
And then your mother, being your ancestor, had no choice in the matter. And keep passing it down, until we have today. Right? And that is one of the biggest form of self-hatred today. The fact that we find it so hard to return to African spirituality. And it are wrong, also.
Everywhere.
Now, we are making people billions of dollars because subconsciously we want to see it. So we go into the movies and watch Black Panther. Or we go into the movies and watch The Woman King. The reason why it is resonating with us like that is because a big part of our psyche fighting that self-hatred. No beautiful it is to hear my people bawling, boy, you didn't see that. I see this in Black Panther. And tie it into something.
I could get that on a jersey.
Yeah, you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, because deep inside of us, we fighting it, you know?
Yeah.
But then there's societal pressure.
Discomfort.
Because it don't have much people that can come out and tell you plain, I don't believe in Jesus. Oh, good. You see worst thing out. Think about it. I tell them, I say, no matter how black conscious you think is, you can't come and tell me you believe in Jesus. That's a white principle. You could. That's your right and your choice.
Yes.
But I tell you, we was talking yesterday in Shah, I tell them, religion and black consciousness don't mix.
You had to bring back that jersey, boy.
Right? Religion and black consciousness do not mix. And you could tell me what you want. But if I tell you, close your eye.
Right.
And I say, Jesus, what is the image come to your mind? Because all the talk we just talk about the description of the supposed Jesus in the Bible.
Yeah.
That is not what we just get out here.
No.
So even if you read that description, when I say Jesus, when you close your eye, you're thinking of a white man on a cross. And that is how we stuck in that savior mode. Because we didn't think we could save and do for ourselves. And that is what we had to do. To move out that self-hate. Watch me now. Well, I see Mendoza in the chat. Mendoza is a man could chime in on this because over the years, Sheldon Mendoza and I have had some real long, hard conversations via Facebook. I remember it cool now, eh? It cool to have Mendoza comment on this now. It cool to have some of the conversations now that we had back then that people was calling me all kind of names for, you know. You know?
Look, he asked that question. He say, what about Black Jesus?
Who said that?
Sheldon.
Black Jesus. Well, you know, to me, no matter what color you paint to me, fictional.
Right.
You know? And again, this shouldn't bother you if you are strong in your belief.
Yeah.
I tell people the only reason why people have a problem with you challenging their beliefs is because they know it has holes in it. Because I am an Orisha devotee.
Right.
I am a proud Orisha devotee. And you can't tell me nothing to shake that. Because I know you have a lot of misconceptions about it. You understand? But you know is the difference? I grew up as a Christian. And I grew up as one of them reading Christians. So I read the Bible a lot in that time and thing.
Right.
Right? And when you tell me God make two people and they had two children and one killed one, but then he leave and went to the land and not. The first thing I asked when I was 11 years old, 11 years old, is who was the people in the land and not that he went to? How would say he made meet a woman and well, because I want to tie it back to self-hatred, you know. Plenty of we read that. Because of that fear of being different by asking questions and because of that self-hatred, we dare not ask them questions. You reading that in the first or second page of your Bible that it only had 4 people and one kill one and get banished. And it say he went to the land of Nod where he found a wife. The Bible never explained nothing about them people in Nod. So anything you tell me is your opinion. And that self-hatred is why we hold on to these things. Watch, man, are you to be different? And watch. You want to see how that difference is? You've said it more than once. You have a trade.
Right.
A trade that is a necessity in the society that we live in, which is barbering.
Barbarian, yeah.
But most of the people around you didn't have that belief, that self-consciousness to see that you could have turned it into what it is today.
True.
That even when you was ready to make the big step of leaving a job to do it full
a
time.
salary.
Yeah. It was like, what? You serious? You know? And that's the exact same thing when you know that you decide, and this Jesus thing ain't making sense to me anymore. You know? I want to try something else. Just the idea of you looking into something else, we can't see. Why my Savior can't look like me? I hate myself that much that I can't look for a Savior in the image and likeness of myself.
You're asking some hard ones here today, boy. You're asking some hard ones here today.
Mendoza say, they used to crucify me. I'm telling you, people, watch when I have had people delete me and block me on Facebook. You know, we's friends. We whole life. And because I have a different point of view, but you know, I used to use that to tell them. I say, oh, this so would I sign up for the crusades.
But that's not what they just call it still now. When they're trying to recruit.
I tell them, I say, but the crusades I talking about was the one where they went about killing people just because they didn't believe the same thing they believed. You never see or hear somebody in a traditional spiritual system pitch a tent somewhere and say, this is what we're doing for a month. But religious people pitch a tent on the corner, they didn't ask nothing, no, they didn't come and say, hi, good day, good day. So we're doing a little crusade, it might be a little loud in the night time. They didn't ask nothing, no, they just pitch and come and set up. Understand what as Mendoza say, want to crucify me simply because I use my brain and decided I want to find something that came from me. Right? And then that self-hatred goes into all things like even when we're working. As you say, your address. Imagine you could get hatred for your address.
But we take them things too light, boy. We take them things too light because we get too comfortable. Well, not we. Plenty of people get too comfortable in the system, right? And benefiting from it, which we always say we don't have a problem with. If it benefiting you,
I have no problem with that.
We don't have no problem with that.
Step aside when you see me passing. And I mean just passing physically. I mean, you see, you tune in and you come across black to black. You don't agree with what we are saying because you living and benefiting from the very system that we're talking about. Step aside. Don't come here. Because I'm not trying to take food out of your mouth, you know. But don't come here.
Yeah.
Here is not for you.
Yeah, and I think a lot of us still listening with our trained ears.
Our trained ears, and those ears were trained to hate self.
And everything regarding self. Listen, I can't tell already I watching the only time I watching the Black Panther trailer on my phone. My brethren. When you oh my goodness. It have a scene in particular, boy, where the nation gathering for whatever it was. I guess it's probably the tribute to T'Challa or whatever, right? Everybody have one white boy. I can't explain how seeing that felt. Now, this is putting aside all the fact that Marvel is white owned and Disney white owned and all them things. We had to get back to the representation, right? Because we look at, but I admire you, how you deal with your sitcoms and thing, right? Because me not know DVD. I'm no DVD player, so I can't even say I'm going back to do that. But fortunately, I can go on.
I don't use DVD. I have them, but we don't use them.
Right.
Everything on a soft copy.
Right. So for me to download and store, I like that just don't make sense to me now. But I understand why. Because when the blackout happened, we had to play board games and things. Yeah. Right? But when you're looking at how you download get all the series, all the black series, positive black series that we used to watch, like The Cosby Show, Different World. Give me our next one. Everybody Hate Chris.
Everybody.
Right, Bernie Mac, all them things. I remember as a child sitting down watching those things, how it made me feel. Right? Now, for some reason, I never get caught up in the black and white thing. Right? Where white is right and black is bad. Right? I never get caught up in that. And I always used to catch myself looking at Fresh Prince. I'd always love Fresh Prince. I always love Different World. I always love rock. You understand? And now that we older.
There's the next one out again.
Right? And you're seeing some of the clips coming back.
You're realizing they were talking to us.
Oh my goodness, King.
Yeah, rock is one of them, boy.
You remember the one where he gangster the gangster?
Yeah, they just deal and them come next day and tell everybody, let them know, hey.
Or let them move from here.
Yeah.
I willing to dead because I not letting that come to my children.
Even looking back at Fresh Prince now, it had a scenario where the same thing that we're showing today, Fresh Prince was in the 90s. We so like to say things change. Yeah. Right? And they was dealing with a pullover.
With Kean Carlton.
And Carlton still asking him, you think they pull me over because we are black boy?
Yeah.
You know, and that's the denial that some of us are in.
Yeah.
Heavy denial.
Yeah.
You know, not all of them so I say, that is true. But do you want to be the person finding out? I don't want to be that person.
Is Muhammad Ali?
Who is that?
When he was talking to the white man, and the white man was saying, but do you think all white people is this and all white people is that? I say, do you want to be the nigga that finds out?
You see,
I don't want to find out.
And I telling you, I don't want to be the person to find out.
I was if I idea. Like
I accept. Not all of them like that.
Yeah.
We interact with them from time to time. No problem.
Yeah.
As an individual, I could, but as a system on the whole, and that next thing too, because of that's one of the things that were programmed into us via is to look outside of ourselves for help. You understand? So we need something to be done. It's like we can't see Karen Heinemann could solve that problem.
Yeah.
It had to come from a certain place. You had to look a certain way. Even all that. And oh gosh, that next part of that self-hatred. Oh, people with solutions must be clean shaven.
Yeah.
3-piece suit tie choking them.
Yeah.
Thee and thou and thou.
Yeah.
You must pronounce your TH and thing. You can't talk like me.
Yeah.
You talk like me, you don't.
Yeah. And I remember I'd message you when you sent me the video that Jamil do for you.
Yeah.
Brother, let me tell you something, I'm being very honest here.
I think he on here now too.
Yeah, big up yourself, Jamil. But I have to say this because I do think a lot of us willing to confront it. Right? But as a black man, when you send me that video, before I even open the video, I started judge him. You understand? Because remember, he black, dark, melanated.
Hair sticking up.
Your hair sticking up. You know what I mean? I say, and then I had to check myself, boy. I say, hey, what's chopping us again on with, boy? You understand me?
Reality.
And the reality hit me. And then when we sit down in the studio here and I hear that brother talk, boy,
Yeah.
I watch now. After that, I say, you know what? I don't go back to the old saying, never judge a book by its cover.
No, you was big enough to admit that.
Yeah.
You was also intelligent enough within yourself to see that.
Mm-hmm.
How much are we doing that daily
Yeah.
and not even realizing that that's what we're doing?
Yeah. No, it has happened to me all the time. Remember, it's Love Until I From, right? And that is why when I started out, before Murphy started to play the ass with we stream, with the pants below your waist thing, right? That does make me uncomfortable, brother. You understand? And it's only we.
And that next thing that we buy into, I have a whole lot of negative stereotypes we buy into it. And sometimes I say, all they smart or all they stupid. Because all they living a life of crime.
Mm-hmm.
We see a trend where the criminals dress a certain way.
Yes.
But no, they ain't trying to change that.
Mm-hmm.
All they dress the same way, wear the same, almost the same kind of things, in the exact same manner.
Mm-hmm.
So in the world that we live in the reality is, while I do want to judge my brother and them negatively,
Right.
I also have to be cautious now. Read what Mendoza said.
Which
The
one?
last one.
Me and my son out here in New York right now on the road going to hang out. A bit, I feel okay when he is with me, but I am always worried when he's by himself.
And that's something my sister, they say, because she living out there too.
Yeah. It's a hard reality because that's just where it is in the States. You could be going about your merry way and a policeman decide to stop you for whatever reason because he had his own prejudice. He ain't hear nothing, no APB, you know. He just see you walking and say, boy, let me jump me this. Let me jump me this brother here and go at you. And that could be the end of you. Because it reach a stage where it's not even talk no more. But you see what killing them now is everybody have a phone. And everybody have a camera. But they're doing it, they're killing you on camera. And the system still getting them off, boy.
Mama always tell all the Oscar Grant story, boy. That was my first exposure to Michael B. Jordan.
Mm-hmm. Fruitvale Station.
Yeah, boy. I remember I watched that movie and couldn't go to the next day.
I can't watch that again.
Nah, yeah, that one time.
I cannot watch that again.
I watched that movie. I never forget. I watched that movie after 1 in the morning. Because I was going to work for 10, so I had a rush. And I couldn't go to work. I barely sleep. That movie, and it's been a long time. This is 2014. I don't think any movie disturbed me like that since. And it was a long time before something with the black and white narrative disturbed me like that. But that movie, and then you go on your YouTube and thing, and you could actually see the actual video where
it
he
was done.
killed the man.
Yeah.
You killed the youth man. And went to court and get off. Hey, people want to watch me to tell me the system works, boy.
Works nothing. It don't work for we.
Yesterday I had on a t-shirt marked Justice.
Yeah.
With a
the
black,
black
power
power
office
office.
below it. And that's a statement by itself. Because the reality is the peace that we're looking for as black people, as African people, will never
Come
be
from
attainable if we don't get justice for some of the injustices that we faced as a people.
Yeah.
And if we don't demand it, we, again, part of that self-hatred is waiting for people to do for us. That part, right, we have to command it.
Of course. Of course. Of course. But even in that, even in the mentality of demanding, comes with a certain level of power that a lot of us, one, we don't know we have, and two, we don't know how to use it. You understand? Because going back to that same trip in Miami Day, it had certain places we walk in and people is moving for we to pass. And I really enjoy that. Because yeah, what I said, I don't want to ask nobody for excuse. You understand? Because touching people outside is a whole next story. I remember. It's when we went. What Target we was in. We was buying watches and them for each other. Walmart. And a man stand up. Both of we looking at the same items, right? But he didn't see me walk up behind him now. A white man. So I just tap him on the arm and ask excuse. Brother, when the man turn and see me, the only thing he do is spirit and leave him, you know. I say, no, sorry, I didn't mean to. Oh my God, man, you almost killed me. And this is just asking excuse. So I don't want to know what everybody else experiencing. But those two little scenarios for me kind of created not even discomfort, you know. It just bring reality to what we were seeing on TV and news and all them kind of things. But when you experience it physically, it's something totally different. You understand? Because them just watch we like beasts, you know.
I must say that I didn't experience anything like that. My visit. And
Now I remember where you went.
the few of them that I interact with,
You went to Trinidad.
they was actually in awe of what I doing now.
Yeah.
You know, like, oh my God, this clothing is so beautiful. The one, you know, someone them even modeling the show. But I could never, and this is the difference with me and some people where we just have a difference of opinion. I had a good experience, right? But I could never use that to discount or discredit what I seen everybody else going through.
Yeah.
Can you imagine that by using that to ball? Well, Oscar Grant was a one-off. Oscar Grant was nearly 30 years after O.J. Simpson. At least O.J. live.
That's another story.
You know, and the idea, that next thing to see saying self-hatred, something we do like. There's a lecture on YouTube. You can get the whole thing on YouTube by Dr. Amos Wilson on self-hatred. Everybody who tune in here, I suggest you try to watch it. Because Dr. Amos Wilson was also a clinical psychologist. So he know what he was talking about.
Right.
It's hard to admit. I hate myself, boy. But I have seen for my own self that I was doing things that was self-defeating. From a self-hatred standpoint.
Right.
Yeah, self-defeating things that do stem from that, you know. But I saw that I did things that was self-defeating from a self-hatred standpoint. Like, I see a youth man driving a Benz. And he darker than me. First thing I thinking,
Drugs.
he in drugs. So why he can't be a big app developer?
Yeah.
Or have a good
influencer.
job?
KB.
You understand?
Look at KB. KB is the darkest night. And I'm sure that brother is rolling in money right now.
Liam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
KB, however you just pronounce him.
Yeah.
If the fella na. Yeah. Yeah, them fellas and them fellas making money, partner. You dig? But we can't see that.
But again, he will still get a pass
Because
because
he
he in the public eye. But we talking about you just stand up downstairs and a car pass, 3 little black boys in it. It's a BMW.
No, but we can't say that because look what I'm to Ryan Coogler.
Yeah.
You go on in the bank to take out your money.
Right, but still, he's the director. He behind the camera.
True.
Because
Unless you really know him, you would know him.
honestly, I don't know what he look like. I know his name. I know some of his works.
Yeah.
I really can't tell you what he look like.
Serious.
Yeah, but when they say the name, I know exactly
Who
who
it is, yeah.
Right? And that's a real big part of it. That. So I just try every single day to tell my daughter, hey, you know you're black and you're beautiful? Yes. Say it to me. Say it, because you have to say it too besides just hearing it.
Yeah.
You have to hear yourself saying it too.
Yes, of course. Yeah, you big up on Pastor Prado in the building, boy. Yeah. It really is a difficult conversation to have because, I mean, as we started out with the queens and them, it are certain things that, and my wife right here, she know it are certain things me don't like. You understand? I like my wife in she natural state. In she natural state. You understand? Because I don't like having to take off makeup and the weave, and I could embrace the braids because braiding is a wee thing still. You know, but outside of that is you know, it just don't feel like we now. You know, it just don't feel like we. So when I you know, see some of my queens and them outside here, and the latest thing with this BBL nonsense, BBW, what is BBL? The surgery where everybody doing that making them look like Bachak now. Right?
A little outside, but I have an idea where you're talking
yeah, all of them women and them doing.
Say come in there?
Yeah, say we're saying.
Yeah.
Mr. Easy.
Again, women, whether they like it or not, whether they could accept it or not, or they could say what they want, or they could tell me you hate it, whatever. The fact that you feel the need to do that is tied into the self-hatred of your African self.
Yeah. Because you don't see yourself as beautiful.
And then I tell them, man.
Sure, say not Bachak.
I tell them, for the overly religious nuts.
Yeah.
So you telling me you believe God don't make no mistakes. But he ain't give you enough hair. And he ain't give you the right texture hair that you need to go and put in some. The eyelashes he gave, they're not good enough, you know. I had to add some eyelashes. You understand? Or I had to lighten my skin.
Yeah.
Right? So the God you believe in that you say don't make no mistakes just happen to not give you enough. That crazy boy.
Look, Jamil saying something here. Because our ancestors were beaten and killed for practicing our spirituality as they knew that is where our true power came from. Our ancestors had to hide to practice it.
Yeah, true.
You understand? And he went on to say, generations later, as white supremacy became more prominent, our parents now try to keep us away from it subconsciously as a safety mechanism. As they know it is not widely accepted. Cross. Huh.
Right.
However, it does more harm than good as it manifests into self-hatred.
And I want to go into that.
Talk the things.
Right. Because that's what I was saying earlier. When you beat that into somebody, and as a parent, you know, boy, if my child call on an Orisha or a Kemetic deity or Uncle Lunku from South Africa, they will be beaten, murdered, whatever, and made an example. You go in and tell that child to do that. Call Jesus.
Just so you could look the next way.
Right? So that they will pass you, they'll leave we and thing. As he said, it was a self-defense mechanism.
Yeah.
But we don't need it today. We buy into it wholly and solely today. You know why we still need it today? Because most of us are afraid to be different.
Yeah.
Most of us are afraid to be different.
Yeah.
You know, to say that you walk away from what everybody doing is one of the hardest things to do out here.
Yeah. And I mean, it has hurt me. It has hurt me when I see certain artists and thing. I don't want to call no names, right? But at the same time, before she do all what she do, she was a pretty African girl. I mean, she still is pretty African girl. But now, if you don't know the difference, you passing she straight.
A few of them were there.
You passing she straight. We have a call here.
Take that call in.
Yeah, call her. Good day.
Good. My name is Donnie, better known as Raising Rich. And also, I just called because I was watching and also listening in on the program right now, right?
Talk to me.
So, able to make a better place for the black community in Trinidad and Tobago, right? It starts and it stems with the elder generation, right? Where they have to set an example now to the younger generation.
All right.
Because
we get a little feedback, my virgin, so you can load up. Yeah, load up.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
Go ahead.
Is where the older generation now have to set the example to the younger generation. It comes like with the violence system in the different communities where everybody who went to school together, right? Like let's take Beatum and Silas for one, right? Everybody living nearby in that area, right? And everybody there when they was, let me say, 5-6 years old,
right?
13-14, they go into school together, they kicking ball together, they literally grew up together then.
Right.
You understand? It had a brotherly love, right? Let's say Diego Martin, Kobe in Rich playing, right?
Right.
Where it had a love, where everybody passing each other, everybody going in Northern Savannah kicking ball, you know? These are things that used to be on a function where everybody think, but when they get older now, because of the past generation, before that generation, right, set a bad example with the war, right, we bring the separation. And in order for all these things to change, this generation now, which is us, the older generation now, have to set an example for the younger ones. Because without we setting that example for them, and say the guys on the block, right? Or they're doing all their shit. Yeah. But when you now come along, all they know, what they're supposed to say, or they're supposed to actually tell them, yo, look now, boy. Go to school and learn your work. Yeah, try and get them my advice. Yeah, try and get them some good advice then.
Right.
So they will know, watch out. Don't come wrong here. Don't come here and be like me. You understand? Yeah, we looking cool, saying whatever, but this is not the life to live.
Right.
You understand? So you're able to tell. So by them telling the younger youths and them this now, they're able to build and grow into the man or the woman they need to be. You ain't gonna have a lady 13-year-old coming on the block and smoking weed. Because I can tell you, back then when I used to live down the West, I am from the West. Right? And where I go wrong, they are fellas, you understand? And yo, you can't go wrong them because it's hard cloud. Go inside, go and meet your parents. You understand?
Yeah.
I'm saying no, you go use violence to try to change it.
Right.
You understand? You could literally just talk to them, get a basketball, get a football on a Friday evening. Everybody come from school, you understand? All the children come from school, or they bring out some goal posts, you understand? Have a small sweat.
Yeah.
You understand? And this is things that I grew up knowing.
Right.
You understand? So it is where the change will begin. I can remember back then when I was about 12 years old. I had a neighbor. She used to call all the children around the neighborhood. And she put them in. It's Sunday school every Sunday.
Right.
You understand? On a Saturday sometimes she go call you. She go make like treats and everybody still want to eat. After that eat, you go cross in the field. You kick some ball.
Yeah.
And we had a return to some of the things, but we also have to add 2022 and 2022 beyond up mindset
keep
state.
going.
Yeah, we can't use the things that happened that we used in 1980. Plenty of them things wouldn't work today with the mindset of them today.
Okay.
But the things that was done, we need to look at it.
Yeah.
And add that today's spin date.
Yeah.
Thank you for the call, brother.
All right, caller. Thanks a lot.
All right, thanks very much.
Yeah, Reggie, bless.
Blessings and love to everybody.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, and that, remember when we started with the Jammets, we were talking about the elders and the ladies. You know, long time, them old auntie and them. You can't be under no badness in the area just so. Because it's either they cut your ass
or they carry you home.
to tell your mother,
Yeah.
cut your backside.
Yeah.
You understand? Yeah. He's saying the making of a slave by Willie Lynch.
Right.
Yeah.
No, that something I just want to clear up with that, right? That Willie Lynch. That was written by a man in today's world, right?
Right.
A lot of people think, even I at the time, that it's authentic to 17 something when they say it was written by somebody right that in the 1970s or 80s. I can't remember his name right now, but he just go around giving lectures now.
Right.
Right? But that was so brilliantly written.
Yeah.
Because we could see it, you know.
Yeah.
Take the biggest, strongest slave. Put him in the yard. When you find the slaves and them acting up, and beat him to within an inch of his life. And what you're going on with the rest of them who was listening to him. Because he's a influencer.
Exactly.
And when that influencer get licks to the almost the point of death, it will make you think.
Yeah.
Boy, I ain't going through that now, eh? You understand?
Yeah.
I mean, and that makes sense. We see that today, you know.
Yeah.
You go in your workplace. You clamoring, yo, boss, it's supposed to have pens here. You understand? And they make a, what? The boss man fire you. Or put you to work somewhere nobody doesn't want to work. What? Everybody calm down after that, you know. Everybody going on the road and buy their own pens now. When they, part of your job description is they're supposed to supply pens to you.
Yeah.
But after you see what happened to that man,
You want to buy your own pen?
you come in with a pen happy, you come in with 2 pen.
You want pen? You want pen, bro? Yeah.
And that's what it is do.
Yeah.
So that's why the Willie Lynch letter, it resonates so much because we read it and we know it's truth.
Yeah.
That we read immediately, even though it was not truth because it wasn't written in the time they say it was written. We know that, and it's still happening today.
And you know, that's how I feel about them slave movies and thing. To be real honest.
Yeah, I tell you that.
That is why I don't watch them.
I don't watch no slave movie.
Because to me, that is Hollywood just reminding me, hey, anytime you feel like you're going to get out of hand, remember this. 12 Years a Slave. Remember this, Django. Go back and watch it. Even when they're telling stories of us as heroes, where they was talking about not the Black Landsman, Judas and the Black Messiah. The focus was not on the Black Messiah.
No.
The focus was on the Judas.
Yeah.
And showing how the Judas break up what was billing. You understand? So the focus is always on the bad seed. Whereas if they turn it around and they focus on the Black Messiah, you're going to unlock people's brain.
Them not doing that.
Because they just get a little a Huey anything. They get a little a Kwame Ture anything. So that you don't get too much now. But if you have sense and you go and you do your research and thing. Because after watching that movie Saturday Night, the Warrior King, the Woman King, I start hearing little murmurs and undertones across social media about different perceptions now and different ideologies. And I say, you know what, let me go and do my research myself before I start to get on bad on the people on them social media. But when I do the research, the movie ain't too far off. Right? Of course it wasn't as...
But it was not a historical movie.
Correct.
In that sense.
In that sense, it was
use historical figures. But it was not, yeah.
Thank you. Right? And that's why I think a lot of people miss. They missing now. You know, but we have to remember, and that's why now that's still happening. Because you feel me and you could just go out the road and start a protest there just now. Police power. Hey, what is all you doing there?
Imagine that you had to beg permission to protest.
Yeah. You don't like what's going on.
The nature of a protest makes it funny to me that you have to ask permission to protest.
You had to go by the police. You say, excuse, Officer Doubles.
I want to make some noise tomorrow, 11 o'clock. About
in front of the Twin Towers, yeah. Please. Yeah, I could do that?
Yeah, Oli. yeah. You know, and that is, again, all of that ties back into the system that we live under.
Yeah.
The system that we live under was not built by us. No.
Oh, you must. Big up yourself.
The system that we live under was built by us, but not for us. Because it's we backs the system built on. And it's we shoulders the system standing upon. Because I tell them, I say, oh, you only talk about clothes? Yeah, because I sell clothes for a living.
Where the man talk about pistons?
You imagine you go by the mechanic and all he talking about is cutting here. And you waiting to be next to get your car check. You like, nah, boy.
Yeah, we feel like what about
yeah,
he know too much about him. He think he could handle that.
I say, Ole, how come Ole is so rushed to wear a white man name on all their body? I'm taking any fight on this.
Let's go.
Thy self-hatred to the highest in 2022.
Right.
That instead of being comfortable as an African to wear, I ain't even telling you a symbol, you know, I'm meeting you half with the map of Africa on a t-shirt, you are more comfortable wearing a Caucasian name on your chest. And so much of us are comfortable that these companies are billion-dollar companies. So that's why I wrote branded slaves versus slave to brands. During slavery, they used to brand their names on our body using fire and iron. Today, we pay them to wear their names branded on our bodies. And men love it so much. Men tattooing J.R. Smith in the NBA was fined and had to cover a tattoo of a white brand. Imagine that, eh? He liked the brand so much.
He tattooed on his skin?
On his skin.
He's an ass.
And and again, when we see that we exhibit self-hatred daily without even recognizing people fight it. But that's just the reality.
Yep.
That is just the reality of what we're living in. You have numerous black people trying to get into fields. I watching Enzo Footwear on Instagram.
Yeah.
And I'm proud to say, the youth man looking like it growing.
Yeah.
You
and
know?
and was the name of the next one? Ramoma.
Ramoma, yeah. You know?
Yeah.
But he's established.
Oh, God.
You understand? The reason why I call Enzo is because he's a young black fella, younger than us.
Yeah.
You know? And he keep pushing. It looking like based on social media that it's growing. You know, and as I say that day, everybody who listening and you have some kind of business, reach out to us to advertise on OUR Radio.
Yes.
You know, because we can't talk all that growth talk and, you know, they come in here and commenting and blah, 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 and then go on and, you know, they bring the business here too. Then we cut off to go for advertisement, and while we go for a break, it's because it's your business advertising.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how the thing does grow.
Correct.
I keep telling you, you know my statement. Support
is an action word.
Son, plenty we really like this conversation, you know.
Correct.
It is song nice, and that's why I don't like it again, you know. Black to Black on OUR Radio is one of the few places they get into this conversation now. In Swag Elite Artistry Shop is another one of the few places you'll get in this conversation now.
Yeah.
Other than that, boy, I want to talk about money now. I want to talk about, you want to get a t-shirt?
Yeah.
Or dashiki?
Hoodie?
Because it's a nice conversation. But for me, at least, it doesn't seem to translate into something else.
Yeah.
Because I meet people on this journey who in and around this thing long before me. And I would have thought that when I started the Nubian experience, these people would have been my first and biggest set of customers. The people I meet talking, and today they're still talking. You know? And some of them is the inspiration for me saying, I will never take you seriously. Coming to talk to me about black consciousness, black economics, black empowerment. How do we fight black self-hatred? But you're wearing a white man name on your jersey, on the front of your chest. I will not take you seriously.
Another form of self-hatred. Jamil says, as we know, slavery never goes anywhere, it just changes form. When the enslaved becomes enlightened, the illusion of time has us thinking that slavery happened and is not happening. Oh my God! Listen, this youth man, I feel Jamil as a man was here before, you know. Jamil was here before. Jamil he has some wisdom in here, there, boy. But that's again because, you know.
But there's thousands of ancestors inside
there.
And he ain't afraid to say what come into mind.
Yeah.
And sometimes part of what come into mind is ancestral memory.
True.
Well, you know something that you didn't know, you know. That is the ancestral memory. All them is things we just run from because of self-hatred. Talk about ancestors. What? But now you could hear that word. Mendoza could tell you this. When we was talking about ancestors, long time.
Yeah.
10 years ago. Oh, God. Them is dead people, you know. My man there on a piece of wood and all that.
He's not ancestor.
All they have him wrong in neck, all they wrong on the neck and thing. And this, nearly all black house you're going over the door. This white man hung up over the door and this girl. All it is name celebrate life. Where the same white man but in a different living position. Is either the betrayal scene, the dinner, which was leading to death, or the death scene. And then we wonder why we have someone. All they ask to be covered in blood. Or they keep praying for us to be covered in blood. And I tell them, don't tell them all they don't understand the power.
And the two, yeah.
Do you remember that I tell them? I say the system that we live under, if you say F-U-C-K, you get charged.
Yes.
There's a word.
Yeah.
Or they say it's a bad word, or they say it's an offensive word, so they understand the power of words. But when you pray, you're asking to be covered in blood. And then look around and see what's going on. And I think Trinidad may be one of the most praying nations on this planet.
I think so.
You understand?
Yeah.
And so what we expect?
I think so. So we continue because the self-hatred is deep. It's running deep. And we had to kind of try to continue to talk these things so that we could reach the younger generation, as the caller rightfully said just now. We are now the elders, and we had to set a proper example for the young ones coming up, which is why I teach my children what I teach them. No white people don't trem by me, so don't ask me to go there. Simple. You understand?
And we have to always make it clear because, they try to use back these words against us now. That's the Caucasian choice. He was Baba with hair look like he, that is look like he. There's nothing wrong with that.
No.
But as I make the choice and I have to vocalize it, you're racist. You're not taking that title.
My brother Sheldon saying here, true that they put a lot of stuff into history books that's not even history. It's present time. For example, Malcolm X and Martin Luther King and their siblings, wives and children still alive today.
Yeah.
Facts. That is an ex-cartoon movie that had a little African girl in the movie called Seabeast.
Well, I didn't watch it yet.
Where
No, you watch it. I didn't watch it.
Where the monarchy, the king and the queen, they were children when the beast used to come up on the seashore and you could talk to them and whatever, right?
Okay.
And watch it again. And they write a stories,
right,
where they created myths that the sea beast used to come and take people children and go with it and thing, so that they could create a economy
around that
a
narrative,
so that the people in the community now became pirates who would go out and hunt the sea beast and bring back parts of the sea beast to get pay. You see how dread it is? Well, Smalley take it to them. If all they never see that movie, go and take it in, boy. That speech which she gave in the end there, oh my Lord. She bring it to them real. But yes, Malcolm and them children are alive and well. And his daughter is actually a big...
Yeah. You wouldn't, again, but is who promote what?
Yeah.
You wouldn't want to meet one of Malcolm X's, boy?
Oh, you mean?
I know I would want to do that.
You ain't see my glasses, huh?
Right? But it's who we celebrate. And who we are told that. That's tell people too. And I want to tie it back in. Most of us, our idea style didn't come from us. So people watch me and tell me, I don't like to wear African clothes and things. Okay. All I will tell you is that the reason you don't like it is not your natural choice. It's because I was promoted, and the propaganda that is promoted against
it, yeah.
African clothing.
Yeah.
Because we see, I have a cousin, had an event to go, and had to put on an African suit, right? When he went to get the suit, and watch the suit in here and he skin up his face. When he put on the suit, he couldn't believe it. As a white suit, the man say he never wears something white so often. Whole suit, eh?
The same dashiki?
The same African suit.
Yeah.
Top and pants. The same suit he skin up his face at when he see the first time.
Yeah.
He say he never wears something white so often. You see that for yourself. Sometimes I tell people there, just try it on.
Yeah.
Because most of us never put on a piece of African garment, so we don't know how to look on us.
Far less how it feel.
Yeah, son. So all I tell them, once in this space, try it on.
Remember Saturday in the village? Who come with the wife?
Oh gosh. The man trip on it that she thing. Keep it on.
Yeah.
He watch it thing,
And he went even further to pour the bar slippers from Jason.
Yeah. Put it on one
time, yeah.
You understand? And that's it now. And that's why I make that point that most of what we call our style is not our style. It's what we see on TV. It's who we see wearing it. It's who we see promoting it.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
No thinking for ourselves now. So see Jamel comment again.
Yeah. We remember who,
go ahead.
Yeah, we remember who we are. As we can see, the system is desperate and collapsing on itself, hanging on by their final strings, trying to bring down as many souls with it as possible.
Agreed.
As spiritual warriors in this day and time, all we have to do is create and build. Ashe, brother. The ancestors, the Most High and natural law will do the rest.
Ashe.
I passed thing I hear, I never play it, you know.
Due to some violent content, parental discretion is advised.
And that is calm words. Again, this is me, because my first inclination will always be to something peaceful.
Yeah.
Right? I could live, and I think most of us feel that we could live if them leave us to live.
Yeah.
But that's the thing, they don't leave us to live. And then they have the people that they put in charge of us.
That look like us.
That tell us things like ride a bike to work. Or you depend on me too much. You understand? Or sacrifice. They put those people that look like us to govern us. And then we are, again, so it's a double fight. Because while we're on the ground, we're fighting, because it's a daily fight, you know.
Oh gosh, when we fighting, we just sleep.
Your first fight
as you always
is in your
say.
house. You're trying to keep your house and your family a certain way.
Yeah.
You know? Based on what I just go through, I salute all black men and black women that stick together and make our family and build our home. Because I understand what could come out of that.
Ashe.
You understand? I salute all black men and black women that fighting to keep our home and our family together, because we need more of that. As in soul food, when the woman ball, when granny did ball, one finger can do nothing, you know, meaning one away, but when we as a family and we together, we are powerful fist.
Yeah.
You understand?
Soul food, yeah.
Yeah, your family. Some people, again, and I tell them that's an F word plenty, they don't understand. You understand? Yeah, that is, it is said as much as FUCK. Plenty of we don't understand it.
At all.
And we don't have an actual respect for it.
Yeah.
And plenty of that is based on how you grew up. You understand? If you didn't see it, or see an appreciation for it, or see your parents or your immediate family around you fighting for it, you cannot have an appreciation. No. It will be harder for you to gain an appreciation for it. When you see family members jumping from here to there and not holding the actual unit together, more than likely you coming up to do
the same thing, yeah.
You know, it's like smoking and thing now. More than likely, you smoking, your children coming up to smoke.
Yeah. My mother make that statement at my father's funeral, you know. She said she can't believe none of my father trying to smoke.
He used to smoke?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Both cigarette and weed. You know, but none of we never really pick it up because it just is, you know, it's a vice.
Yeah,
and that was never my vice.
Seeing that.
Yeah.
I don't know about all from young I dislike faith. I used to actually make money because it had a neighbor used to want to, you know, them time. Well, I don't know about you, but them time your neighbor could have said in the shop.
Of course.
Right. And I used to smoke. I tell him, anytime you had to buy a cigarette for me, you had to pay me. Anytime I had to buy a cigarette for you, you had to pay me.
Yeah.
And I used to make a little change, you know. Because I was
Because
real
smoking.
It's one of the few things that as a child, I say, I don't care what is the repercussions. I'm not doing it. Even my father, so tell him I'm not going to buy no cigarette because I don't want you smoking.
Yeah.
I'm buying cigarette for the neighbor because I'm a neighbor, I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't want you smoking.
Yeah. Because
Right.
you know, we see the advertisement, it's harmful for your health.
Yeah. You know, and I always ask smokers if all this past that part I doesn't register with all or something, or we don't see that because we don't smoke, right? But as a smoker, you don't see that part of the advertisement.
Nah, for plenty of them is I was listening to psychologists talk about it, and for plenty of them is the, what you call it, boy? The rhythm now of the deep breaths, the intake and the outs, the deep breath in, the blow out now. That is what I was. For plenty of them, that is what it is, and that is why so many people migrated from cigarettes to vaping.
Right.
You know, and now they're saying vaping is a thing and the metal in the vape and boy.
One of the things that
Like why Rastaman they smoke ganja.
I just say I don't trust the system at all. You know. I find like as you get into something,
Yeah.
okay, I told them to say that 20 years from now you go to advertisement. Did you used to smoke vapes? Well, you may, and did you get sick?
Yeah.
Well,
But
now
you may be entitled to
yeah,
compensation.
Because we grew up on this is one of the things that make me when I look back not trust them at all. We grew up using coconut milk in everything.
Yeah. And coconut oil.
Coconut oil, especially. We from we elders that good. And I remember a few years ago they did say that wasn't good and thing, and now it's a super thing.
Yeah, because they wanted me to stop using it so they could buy it up.
Breadfruit. I remember growing up, breadfruit. My grandfather used to call that sky turkey. Because that's so much meat in it now.
What?
I mean, and think about it, right? How much breadfruit you get, boy? You ever eat oil? You ever eat a big thing of oil now?
Nah,
No,
I'm
it's
not a
beer.
well done fan.
But it's not a big thing of oil long it is eat.
Yeah, it's a little.
Because it's falling.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, when that's down on your stomach. When I say
Avocados.
breadfruit chips.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Avocados. We know that them was good things, so yeah. Now
Yeah.
them thing is called superfruits by who?
Them.
Well, we don't need to call it no superfruit. We know it
We
good
born
for
and
you.
grow with that, yeah.
And we plant it and we grow it. But again, just like style, nearly everything in our lives is dictated to us. Because again, we do have that strong mental capacity to say this.
I see Kyle saying here, he never thought I would be. Sorry, it is truly the time of the awakening. It's like the entire sleeping giant African diaspora. Its spirit is waking up one person at a time.
Sure.
This is show of proof. The show is proof. Never thought I'd be listening to an African conscious show every week along with a like-minded community.
Sure.
Jimmy say creating
Glad to have you.
creating the problem, then bringing the solution. One of the biggest tactics. Yeah.
And?
Yeah.
And?
Yeah. You know, one of the things too is, you know, is Richie Spice said the world is a cycle.
Yeah.
The world is a cycle. And if we was once on top, we will soon be back there.
Sure.
You understand? So we can't keep, they try to keep we distracted with dotishness like TikTok and them kind of thing.
Dr. Lily Africa had make a statement a few years ago. He's my ancestor now. And he said that, he said, whenever melanin rule the world is always be at peace. We could debate that how much we want.
Yeah. And that
It
is
would
what
seem to be.
yeah.
And I will never call, and I always think this is one of the Caucasians' biggest fear. That if we take over the style of ruling that they have, because from history, our style of ruling is not the same.
No.
But if we take over
Far
this
from.
present system and run it the way they run it, but under the rulership they do, I think they are scared that we will come after them.
Yeah.
But that is not our natural nature, as black people.
We're not avengeful people.
Whereas, as I said earlier, just leave me alone. We was in Africa chilling, as one of them comedians say, it's only coming to all your boats and bringing over here.
Yeah. And then want to tell we go back home.
But all right. But Marcus Garvey came with the black star liner.
Yeah.
And all they fight it.
Yeah. Because why?
All they need was.
Oh gosh. That is what we don't get, boy. Like they can't see the reason why we are the way we are, which is what you just always say. It's our compassion.
Our biggest strength is also our biggest weakness.
Correct.
Compassion.
It's our ability to love. You understand? And we always want to support. Look, we talking about our situation the other day with the Spanish and them by you there.
Yeah, boy. You could.
Right?
I mean, for me, no, I didn't want.
No, it's a perfect example. It's not a negative.
Beautiful thing, you know.
Yeah.
Right? I walking in a road and we see that is Spanish people selling
empanadas.
Where is that exactly?
Pie.
For how them does make pie?
Yeah, yeah,
right.
fried pie.
Okay.
Like how we make the fried pie with the beef in it.
Right.
Almost the same thing, but it's just the texture of the flour a little different.
Right.
I think they use cornmeal flour instead of regular flour.
And I remember I going inside the evening. I walking in the road, and it's a lime only them. I saying, look at that, boy. We lime is by the gyro card.
And them ain't even day long.
And them that, but they understand and they are living self-love and support ourselves. Because there's a few of them well, and I sure if I had passed back later,
You see a whole different set of them. Yeah.
You understand? And that is it for me, boy. That's what I tell them. I say, all here, I can't eat gyro.
I not eating that.
The people and them come from the next side of the world, boy. We just support them full 100, boy. Watch me now. The parlor is still the parlor that we know 20 years now, right? It's in grow. And I don't think all of them is because the people and them don't have no vision.
Yeah.
I think it's because of the way we buy, right?
We buy, yeah.
Right.
Because we'll pass that little parlor there to go out the road.
Right. But the gyro man come here, start off with a little small thing, and end up to a big thing. Now we here to build up and cast up and thing. Okay, but how that does not work so in our communities?
Yeah.
And there's my problem with that. So yeah, what I go in by the joints and them in my community. I will complain to them if I'm not satisfied.
But that is one of the things we don't do.
Community.
That is one of the things we don't do effectively. Because instead of you don't go in KFC and cuss.
No.
Sorry, I call your name. No advertising. No advertising. Right? But we don't go by the chicken place and Coral and cuss. We just eat with dove wing and we cold fries. After they skate it across the counter for we with attitude. Right? And as we skating it across the counter to we self, imagine that. Right? But we can't communicate properly with ourselves, you know?
No. So it's a rough kind of.
Yeah. You don't like certain things, you come and they say, hey, Karen, last week, I find my mark was a little twist. Right? Or I get bumps. Or whatever it might be.
But also come and do that
to my face.
But not just that, but away from everybody else.
Publicly, yeah. Right? Because we have a way we like to ridicule now. You understand? We like to ridicule. My brethren yesterday telling me about a fella selling bread on Aranguez Road. Black man. Selling whole grain and different types of bread. Dash eating bread and sweet potato bread and all them kind of bread. Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
Better look for him.
Yeah. I think it's the southern part of Aranguez Main Road. Just before you make the roundabout there. And he telling me, he said when the man first started there, it had a next man that's pass and sell bread now. Right? So like the man sales slow down or whatever. So a day he come and he buy bread. Which is not uncharacteristic. Because the man want to taste the competition bread. But he need the bread. He come back the next day, wait till the place ram out, come back the next day and tell the man, hey, sell my stale bread here, you know. The man say, all right, no problem. He take it back and he gave back his money. Because he know.
He looking for yeah.
Besides that, he also bakes his bread on the day. So if he coming out for 5 o'clock, that bread start to bake 2, 3 o'clock. So it's hot off the press. You understand? The man thing. And the thing is, what mash up the man, the detractor in the conversation is that everybody who buying from the man know better than that. So them just laugh. Because when he go on, everybody say, but how you sell the man a stale bread? And he just give away when the night, when he don't sell, he just give away.
I do, it has certain mindsets I don't get told. The next one of them, you know, like, I meet somebody else selling, because Right now, I laughing because I am being imitated.
Never replicated.
You understand? And I know all I can't duplicate what I doing.
Yeah.
Because I doing it from a sincere place, and I know that.
Yeah.
And people around know that, as you say, right? But I'll go and buy something and wait until the thing and go back. But you're going to know I doing it too, and I'll probably bring it back this out I hate it. Nah,
That's a punk move. Look, Sheldon say, wait, before we go to Sheldon, somebody else before. Jamil, God boy, Jamil dropping some bombs today. If we were to tell the Europeans go back home, where would they go? Louis Farrakhan.
Bang, 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 bang,
Sheldon say, hey, me and my son sit down in a food court here eating Japanese food. And he telling me, look how there are no Caribbean food places in here, but I'm telling him maybe because it wouldn't sell. Well,
no, sell. I do agree with that.
I think it's just the fear. Because I'd a big up Jillian boy. Remember Jillian from school?
Yeah. So she opened a restaurant.
Ghetto Flex sister.
Yeah.
Right. She and two of she partners have a restaurant in New York. So I'd a big shop. I can't remember the name of the restaurant, boy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get it off my phone. Let me see if I find it.
But I really think it have a big worldwide market
For Caribbean food.
I agree. And you know, I had a discussion with one of our school friends Friday night about Trini style food. What does always tell you? It's not no way selling that, right? We even had that discussion very recently in the shop, right?
Yeah.
And I meet one of our school friends on 6th Avenue Friday or Saturday night. On Friday night. And she's saying nothing. She say, and she 14-year-old niece. And the niece saying that too. It not no way selling food like macaroni, pie, and stewed chicken and thing. This all available now. All we buy into wholesale is American style fast food, chicken and fries. I tell, well, you know me. For me, I pass it anyway, and I looking for something to eat in the night. And you have Trini style food. You know, I don't want nothing else. It could be dumpling and peas alone.
Yeah.
I don't want nothing else, boy. So, and I think it have a big market for that worldwide.
Yeah, and I'll find the name of the business here. It's called Island Cho Caribbean Cuisine. So Sheldon, search it out.
Yeah.
Tell Jillian, we send you.
Tell she success send you.
Success lab until composite.
Yeah, but
never
and I'll say
secondary.
that again. I think worldwide, not just Trinidad. I think worldwide, it have a big market for the way we just cook with food.
Yeah.
Because that seasoning alone. Jared, when I was growing up, I used to have to season chicken plenty. Right? And seasoning for us was not a pack of something. It was going in the yard and pick thyme and shadow benny and garlic and all them things, and cut up all them things. And I tell people, it might sound weird, but I will wear that as a perfume, you know, because I remember smelling my hand for days after, you know. Because that scent, when you...
The big leaf thyme.
The big leaf thyme and all them other things in your hand.
Yeah.
They stay on your hand.
Yeah.
Bread, and I always swear. You understand?
Like shilling oil.
Yeah. I think it have a real... Look, Dwayne want the name of the restaurant in the chat.
Yeah.
Right? I think it have a big market for Caribbean food, especially Trini food, worldwide. I really think so. Hey, look, Granny in the chat.
Granny.
Say hi, Granny.
Oh.
Come.
Hi, Granny.
Island Show Caribbean.
Yeah. I think so. I think so. It have a real big market for that.
Yeah. Definitely. But I didn't even realize it's 2 o'clock.
Yeah. It
So,
come up a
folks,
little faster because the way we had now.
Murphy by HYMCY.
I want to end off with this, right?
Yeah.
We would not get over the self-hatred that we have because it's multifaceted. We still have aspects that we ain't touching it.
Correct.
Right? But we have to accept that we have problems in accepting ourselves for ourselves as African black people and move forward from there.
Right.
Right? In every aspect of life, mental, spiritual, physical, emotional, financial. Right? Because it's hard for a man to take financial advice from you just how he is there now.
Oh, facts. Facts.
You know? So, and again, you know, I like to say, we have to live in love. We can't talk it. Love, just like support, is an action word. Right? Be safe. And we go see all you again next week.
Wait, let me drop the link in the chat now, man. Before we go.
Right, nice. Yeah, mommy, I see you.
Drop the link in the chat there. Drop the link in the chat. But boom. Nice. Last time we tried that, it didn't work, you know, but let me go.
Well, I seen it looking like it going to work there now. You know, I see something I wanted to read back.
Go ahead.
Kyle Grant says, strengthening your individual Ori, which is your head.
Yes.
To connect to the source of the creator, Olodumare, you know, is essential in becoming self-aware, self-conscious, living in purpose and defeating self-hatred. I agree, my brother. I share to that.
Yes. All right.
Everything is within us. Time to tap into that power. Let we do it. Yeah, so. Yeah, King. Blessings, man. Jamil, Dwayne, Sheldon, Kyle, everybody that on.
Yeah.
Thanks for being here. I know we start off a little
late.
With the technical difficulties, but let's stay.
Yeah.
You know, we give thanks to that, all be safe.
Yeah, man. So we out all here. Listen a little tune from Matix and St. Anne's.
Yeah, man.
The time
called you name the tune, man?
That is true
Every Day?
Nice. Sculptors, poets, musicians.
Why just looking so? Yeah, Chromatics featuring St. Anne's Every Day.
But I choose to reflect the times and the situations in which I find myself. That to me is my duty.
Every day. Every day. Every
Mic check. 1, 3. Lay low. Sing. Yeah. I see pompous politicians, people with no pasta pissing. Another bullet victim, somebody ripping the system. Me going the distance just to get someone to listen. People now catching on, not knowing what they was missing. About 15 Chinese moving on a mission. Youths trying to get out of Trinidad like it's prison. Another ghetto, you winning the president's medal. Some settle for mediocre, others intent not to settle. And I's one of them, my mother eyes watering. They saw them amongst the fools, and my eyes saw the them girls watch me like I know him, but they scared to close in. The game every day is on the line like a clothespin. People walking funny like it's feelings they're talking, but you can't expect to keep up if every day you're coursing. So every day we toasting and every day we smoking, yet every day we focus while y'all just loafing. Another day, another dollar, some lead, some follow. Somebody fucking around. Some bleed and holler, blue and white collars. Hispanics getting on down. Some act like scholars, but don't know nada. The definition of clown. So trust in karma, cause where you do your brother, it's surely coming around. Yo, I see us reach another milestone from the dream in a child's dome. To all my trinities on Skype, miles from home, about to show them how we go down. Anytime I come round, Twin Island sights and sounds, you ready? Here we go now. Look, a smart man get make out and a bad man get take out. A schoolgirl get break out and tight pants get played out. People logging on for the latest celebrity porn. We living in the matrix, which pill are you on? Ratsy size of cats for the cheese they in the trap. Shorty show a piece of ass and every man one piece of that. Somebody changing the subject, somebody telling me fuck it. Somebody blowing out their mind on the promenade in public. So I see a lot of mischief and it's hard to stop it. Minding eye open big, sipping from the queen's goblet. If money is the root, is it evil when we profit? I just pose the question, don't ask me to solve it. Another day, another dollar, some leaves, some follow.